a unique opportunity for anime and manga fans. If you're a One Piece fan, I'm sure you'd love to draw your favorite characters. Now you can get 2 amazing books for free. The first book will teach you drawing techniques, and the second one will show you how to create art directly on your phone without even needing to draw. You'll be able to create stunning virtual artwork just like the one on your screen right now. Both books are completely free if you act fast and click the link in the description. Don't waste time. This is a one-of-a-kind opportunity. Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. Shanks became a Yonko 6 years ago. Exactly. He wasn't a Yonko at the beginning of the One Piece story, meaning he defeated someone to take their place. And in today's video, you will find out who. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Guys, when we talk about the Yonko and the history of the New World, there's a gap that many One Piece fans would love to see filled. Who was the Yonko before Shanks? This question carries significant historical weight since Shanks became one of the 4 emperors just 6 years ago, as revealed in the Vivre Card databook. This means that someone very influential and powerful held this position before him. To try to uncover this mystery, we need to connect the available information from the manga, databooks, and SBS, along with some theories that make a lot of sense within the universe created by Eiichiro Oda. First, it's worth remembering that the other 3 original Yonko, Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom, had stories connected to the legendary Rox D. Zebek crew. This initially leads us to believe that the 4th Yonko before Shanks could also have a connection with this ancient crew. Names like Ochoku, Silverax, and other unidentified members remain a mystery, but we know that many of them were legends in their time. Ochoku, for example, was mentioned by Sengoku in chapter 957 as one of the most feared pirates of his era, giving us an idea of his relevance. Among the most likely candidates from this crew is Shiki, the Golden Lion. His significance as one of the most powerful pirates of his time is undeniable. Shiki was one of the few who challenged Roger on equal terms, even facing him directly with his entire fleet. In Chapter 0, which serves as a prologue for the Strong World movie, we saw that he also faced Garp and Sengoku at Marineford, resulting in a defeat where he lost his freedom but not his life. This fact alone is incredible, considering that the justice imposed by the Marines often results in the execution of captured pirates. Shiki survived and escaped impaled down years later, proving his resilience. Shiki is also one of the few pirates from the past who had both the strength and the reputation necessary to be considered a Yonko. He commanded a massive fleet and had a plan to conquer the world, placing him on the same level as Kaido and Big Mom. However, his absence after the time skip raises questions. What happened to Shiki? While he wasn't directly mentioned as a Yonko, it's plausible that he held this position before Shanks. His downfall may have been due to a direct confrontation with Shanks, or perhaps because of some other event not yet explored in the manga. Another name that emerges as a candidate is Loki, the Prince of Giants. Loki is a mysterious figure with tenuous but intriguing connections to Shanks. He has a bounty of nearly 3 billion berries, an amount that places him on the same level as great pirates like Blackbeard. Additionally, his capture and imprisonment on Elbaf Island occurred 6 years ago, precisely coinciding with the time Shanks became a Yonko. This temporal correlation is at least curious and suggests that Shanks may have played a role in his downfall. Loki also carries a dark history, having taken his own father's life to steal his devil fruit. This act shows not only his cruelty, but also his ambition. He is also known to proclaim himself the sun god and declare his intention to destroy the world, which directly opposes Shanks' ideals, who seeks to maintain balance in the New World. If Shanks was indeed responsible for defeating and capturing him, it would explain how he gained enough respect to become a Yonko. Another intriguing possibility is that the Yonko before Shanks wasn't a widely known character in the manga, but rather a figure mentioned subtly. For example, SBS 109 revealed the existence of Hanafuda, a former Shichibukai who was defeated by Ace. This defeat led the world government to try to recruit Ace as a corsair, but he refused, resulting in the selection of Bartolomeo Kuma for the position. Hanafuda could have been such a powerful figure that before his downfall, he held the position of Yonko. His connection with Ace adds an interesting element to the narrative, as it shows how seemingly isolated events can have a larger impact on the overall story. Now, let's go back to the timeline. We know that Shanks met Luffy 12 years ago, and at that time, he wasn't yet a Yonko. According to the Vivre Card, he reached this position only 6 years ago. This means there was a transition period where the New World was in a state of uncertainty. Whoever was the Yonko before Shanks Shanks, their downfall must have had a significant impact. The New World is a place where power is constantly challenged, and only the strongest can maintain their positions. Therefore, it's reasonable to assume that the previous Yonko lost their position in a decisive confrontation. There's also the issue of alliances. The Yonko do not operate alone. They have crews and territories that sustain their power. When Shanks took over as a Yonko, he must have inherited or conquered territories that previously belonged to his predecessor. This would explain how he managed to consolidate his position so quickly. Additionally, his reputation as a former member of Roger's crew already gave him a high status, but he had to prove his worth in battle to be recognized as one of the four emperors. If we dive deeper into the origin of the Yonko concept, we realize that it was established as an attempt by the world government to create a symbolic order in the chaos of the New World. But what if the title of Yonko was originally conceived as a strategy to mitigate the fear that the remnants of the Rock's Zebek crew provoked? After all, it is impossible to ignore the lasting impact the Rock's pirates had on the formation of the current One Piece world. After all, it is impossible to ignore the lasting impact the Rock's pirates had on the formation of the current One Piece world. In chapter 957, we discover that Kaido and Big Mom not only survived the collapse of the Rock's pirates, but also emerged as central figures in the New World. Whitebeard, although following his own code of honor, was also a product of this legacy. This raises the question, did the fourth original Yonko also have some connection to Rocks? The most plausible answer is yes, and the fact that many members of the Rocks crew are still only names or vague references reinforces the idea that they may have played a crucial role in the story that has yet to be revealed to us. Ochoku Wangju is a clear example of this. He was briefly mentioned by Sengoku as one of the greatest pirates of his time, but his story remains shrouded in mystery. However, we know that he was active in Hachinosu, the legendary pirate island where Blackbeard currently reigns. This suggests that Ochoku could have been the fourth Yonko before Shanks. His connection to Hachinosu indicates that he had a significant base of operations, which is essential for any Yonko to maintain their dominion. Another intriguing point is the fact that the title of Yonko, while solidified as a symbol of power in the New World, also serves the world government as a way to maintain balance. In chapter 432, when Garp explains the Yonko to Luffy, he mentions that they are figures that even the Marines hesitate to face directly. This is not just a matter of brute strength, it is also a matter of strategy. Officially recognizing four pirates as emperors of the New World creates a hierarchy that discourages widespread conflict, while also reinforcing the narrative that the world government still has control over the chaos. If we go back to the period before Shanks became a Yonko, we realize that the vacant position of one of the four emperors likely represented significant instability. The New World is a place where power is constantly challenged, and the fall of a Yonko without an immediate successor would create a dangerous vacuum. This explains why Shanks not only needed to be strong enough to conquer the position, but also to build alliances and establish territories that would ensure his legitimacy as one of the four pillars of balance in the New World. The Yonko concept also carries an important symbolic function. By establishing centralized figures of power, the world government indirectly and perhaps unconsciously prevents the New World from becoming a total anarchy zone. This is especially relevant if we consider that without the Yonko, figures like Blackbeard or even Kaido could have caused even greater destruction in their pursuit of domination. The title is not just a recognition of power, it is also a way to contain it. But why has this structure become so important now? A clue may lie in the dissolution of the Shichibukai system, which, as we saw in chapter 956, left the world government in a more vulnerable position. Without the Corsairs to balance the power, the Yonko became even more influential. This is exemplified by the fact that after the defeat of Kaido and Big Mom, the balance of the pirate world was completely destabilized, with new names like Buggy and Luffy rising to prominent positions. Another relevant point is the relationship between the Yonko and the legacy of Rock's Zebek. Chapter 957 reveals that the world government did everything they could to erase the existence of Rocks from historical records, but the impact of his crew still echoes today. If we consider that the title of Yonko was created to neutralize the threat posed by former members of Rocks, then it is plausible that the world government always saw the four emperors as a necessary evil. It is better to deal with four centralized figures of power than face a diffuse and uncontrollable threat. Finally, Shanks' rise to the Yonko position is a direct reflection of his ability to navigate this chaotic world. He not only conquered territories and respect, but also positioned himself as a mediator between the most extreme factions. His connection with key figures like the Gorosei, shown in chapter 907, is an indication that he understands the importance of the power balance in the world. This contrasts strongly with figures like Kaido or Blackbeard, who seek to accumulate power solely for themselves. Therefore, the existence of a Yonko before Shanks is not just a matter of historical curiosity. It is a crucial element in understanding how the world of One Piece was shaped. Whether it was was Shiki, Ochoku, or some other yet-to-be-revealed character, the Yonko who preceded Shanks played a vital role in the dynamics of the New World and the power structure we know today. When Oda finally decides to explore this gap, we can expect not only revelations about the past, but also confirmation if we got our theories right. But what do you think? Do you believe Shiki, Ochoku, Loki, or another character was a Yonko in the past? Comment below. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.